Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And
you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it.
Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Yeah, you right. Let's do this thing. 5 o'clock power hour. The final hour of the week. We're heading towards the weekend. Kaboom goes the dynamite. Corey Johnson back at you on this Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Did I say 5 o'clock power hour? Let's check in with this guy real quick. Thank you, Mr. Drew Brees. It is indeed New Orleans. And it is a little bit after 5 o'clock. Ding, 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 toot, toot. We blow that 5 o'clock whistle every single Friday, a little after 5 o'clock, because I like putting the spotlight on this very time. Smelling the roses. 100% of the work week for most of us in the books. 100% of the weekend, it's all in front of us. And it goes by so quickly. That's why I like smelling the roses, like realizing it's a little after 5 o'clock. It's Friday. Get to spend some more time with Tolly, my buddy. Knock out a little golf with some friends. Get some good food over the weekend. That's why we blow the 5 o'clock whistle. And that 5 o'clock whistle on a Friday, a little after 5, appropriately brought to you by Katie's in Mid-City. That's your after work spot. If you go into Katie's like after lunch, there's a bunch of characters, New Orleans characters. It's their neighborhood bar, even if they don't live in the Mid-City neighborhood where Katie's is located. It's their neighborhood bar. They're in there every day. New Orleans characters chopping it up, getting some drinks, getting some good food. As New Orleans as it gets. Katie's in Mid-City, Iberville, corner Tallahassee, about 2 blocks behind Angelo Bricato's ice cream joint on Carrollton. A Mid-City mainstay, extensive menu, plus Scott Craig smart. He lets his seafood purveyor dictate the menu. He'll buy up all those soft-shell crabs. He'll buy up all that fresh flounder, speckled trout, pompano. I mean, hard to find pompano at a New Orleans restaurant. Call Katie's. They might have some tonight. As a matter of fact, we'll find out in about 10 minutes. Scott Craig will join us talking about chopping it up on a Friday. Couple of Yats from the old Catholic League. Scott Craig, a Brother Martin guy. It's amazing he can formulate sentences. Kaboom. Corey Johnson, 5300 St. Charles Avenue, De La Salle. We're going to fight. Maroon and white. We're on the road to victory. Yeah, you right. We'll find out what's cooking tonight at Katie's. Isn't that a good sponsor for the 5 o'clock whistle? Isn't that so appropriate? New Orleans' own Katie's. Don't forget about Francesca Deli. We'll have to find out from Scott in a few minutes which high school is representative. Every Friday night, it's like high school night at Francesca Deli in Lakeview. Harrison Avenue, in between Canal Boulevard and West End Boulevard. Now, we'll find out from Scott Craig. I think last week or the week before was like St. Aug. The week before that was like Jesuit was in there. De La Salle. I went for De La Salle night. Excellent. 5 o'clock powwow on a Friday. This wonderful weather continues. Tomorrow, we might hit 80. And then Monday morning, it'll be half that, like low 40s. Literally like 80 tomorrow afternoon, and within 36 hours, cut that temperature in half from 80 to 40. Even colder on the North Shore, obviously. Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, South Shore temperatures expected to be in the 30s. And then right back up to the 70s by the end of the week. Not a lot of rain in the forecast. We've had already about a good week or 10 days of just really good weather. Lots of 60s and 70s. That's going to continue after we hit 80 tomorrow. And then in 36 hours by Monday morning, we're dropping down to 40. And Tuesday and Wednesday morning in the 30s. But sunny and nice. Some, yeah, you right weather. Plus, we need that cold weather for lots of reasons. Just a change of pace, kill some mosquitoes. That's why I love New Orleans. I mean, I talk about the people, the culture, the history, the architecture, the food, the music. But our weather is sort of underappreciated. We get a lot of rain. Houston to Jacksonville, the rainiest part of America, the I-10 corridor from Houston to Jacksonville, 60, 65 inches a year. But we have 60 more days of sunshine than like Seattle, which gets 50% less rain than we get in volume. They get like 40 inches a year. We get like 65. And we have 2 more months, 60 more days of sunshine like we've been having the last few weeks. And it continues. And it's outstanding. So get outside, enjoy it. Lower humidity. I don't know, tough to beat. I was driving down Broadway through the Tulane campus. You know, Broadway, not really through the Tulane campus, but the fraternity, sorority houses, kids up and down the street. Past one of the sorority houses, bunch of girls in bikinis. Past some fraternity house, bunch of dudes sitting in the front yard on some AstroTurf with shirts off. I'm just like, one roll down the window. Hey, ladies, guys, what are your buddies doing from up north? Because they're all from up north. Tulane's lots of East Coast kids. A lot, the majority. New York, that whole East Coast corridor. What are your friends doing? Where are they in school? And what are they doing right now? They're bundled up. They're dealing with snow and ice and sleet and cold, crappy conditions. Y'all are laying out catching a suntan in New Orleans in November. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Yeah, enjoy this weather. Drop some coals tonight. Go outdoors. Lots of great outdoor dining places in New Orleans. Thank goodness. One of the coronavirus, pandemic, silver linings, high-end restaurants with to-go food now that never, ever would allow to-go food to go out the door. Just didn't believe in it. Now it's hard to find a high-end restaurant that doesn't do to-go orders. Some of those places have even curbside delivery like Trey Yen in Mandeville, Lillette on Magazine. They'll walk it out to your car. And then a lot of outdoor dining, another positive. I mean, I think a lot of folks are like, no, New Orleans, outdoor dining. We always had that. Not really. Maybe a couple of dozen places, including all the places in the quarter, like 5-6 years ago. Now there's probably 100 restaurants that have outdoor dining. I sat at the courtyard last week at Bayona. It was incredible. me, about 15 of my friends. We had a little group, 15, 16 of us in the patio at Bayona, Susan Spicer's place. I got that shrimp with the coriander black bean cake and the sour cream. I don't even really like black beans and sour cream. I take a little sour cream, a little of that black bean cake, cut the shrimp in half, swirl it around that coriander sauce. Incredible. Susan Spicer's unreal. That lamb loin with that thick sauce on top, just incredible. No, the patio at Bayona, are you kidding me? And then, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. I'm always talking about them. They got a little patio, a little back area behind the bar, outdoor dining. Experience it tonight at Gallagher's. Lebanon's Cafe, old school New Orleans style wrought iron tables and chairs under the big green awning, right on the streetcar line under the oak trees. Fantastic outdoor dining at Lebanon's. Just a great environment right there where Carrollton's one lane. Streetcar running by. Awesome. No, lots of great restaurants have outdoor dining. Katie's, chairs, tables wrapping around the building. And then a new patio. That's incredible. Outdoor dining at Katie's. No, it's just, we're lucky. Didn't have a lot of restaurants that had outdoor dining. Now a lot do. I mentioned Lillette with the curbside delivery. They got outdoor dining. Clancy's has outdoor dining. Le Petit Grocery, outdoor dining. Irene's in the Quarter, a big courtyard in the back. You can go to Irene's in the Quarter tonight and dine outside in the patio in the back. Incredible environment. In the French Quarter, surrounded by buildings that are, 100, 150, 200 years old. Beautiful brick courtyard, fountains, lit up, gorgeous. And then Irene's Cuisine. I mean, the crab meat au gratin, the best example of that dish anywhere in the world. That chicken with the rosemary and garlic and olive oil and new potatoes, the best version of that dish in the world. No, Irene's Cuisine's awesome. Bayona's awesome. We got so many great restaurants in this city. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Got a lot going on tonight. In about 2 hours and 45 minutes, a little after 8 o'clock. Tulane, the Green Wave, they're like 38th ranked. They're getting votes. They're 6-2. Season on the line. At number 22, Memphis. Memphis 8-1. Huge game tonight. 8 o'clock, ESPN nationwide television audience. ESPN number 1. John Sumrall's Wave at Memphis. Big, big game. Tonight, 8 o'clock. Check out the Wave. Speaking of the Wave, go on my X at Corey Johnson on X on Twitter. I got a few videos and photos of Tulane's new indoor practice facility bubble right there on Claiborne's and Calhoun, Claiborne, and Ben Weiner Drive. LSU at Alabama tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. Go Tigers. Frank Wilson, the New Orleans native, the interim head coach of LSU. Go Tigers. Verge Osbury, new Iberia native, the new AD. Saints at Carolina Sunday at noon. Saints at Carolina. That's a winnable game. The Pels tomorrow night at San Antonio. Monday night at Phoenix. Wednesday night at Portland. 3-game road trip. A week from tonight, the Lakers. Doncic at the Blender. The Smoothie King Center. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. 5 o'clock Power Hour brought to you by LGD Lawn and Landscapes. Hey, speaking of my Twitter, it's the pinned video at the top. My new golf and chipping green from LGD Lawn and Landscapes in my backyard. For a free estimate, you can have artificial turf or even a putting and chipping green in your backyard. NOLALGD.com. NOLALGD.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet. Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
You heard the man, Katie's in Mid-City. Speaking of Katie's in Mid-City, we have the actual man, not the voice guy for the commercial, Scott Craig, owner, operator, head chef, Katie's, and Francesca in Lakeview. What's up, Scott?
Hey, brother, how are you?
Doing well, man. Got a couple of questions for you. I was talking to, I was doing that 5 o'clock whistle, always brought to you by Katie's. And then I was talking about how your menu is expansive, but the specials are driven by your seafood purveyor. And then I went into you grab everything you can, soft shell crabs and, trout, and flounder, and redfish, whatever. And then I was like, pompano. And I was like, how many restaurants in New Orleans have pompano? I go, Katie's has pompano fairly regularly whenever they can get it. And then I was like, we're going to have Scott on soon. I'll ask him if they got pompano or not. They might. 50-50 shot.
Well, no, we don't this weekend. I've got trout and
Nice.
fresh red fish.
Nice.
I try to do 2 fish, whether it's flounder or, redfish, trout, tonight happens to be redfish and trout. So it is beautiful fresh redfish and beautiful trout.
Yeah. So
We're
good.
doing the trout over a 5-cheese mac and cheese. Absolutely delicious, fried. And then the redfish, we are doing it redfish nola with fresh veggies, shrimp, crab meat, a little bit of herb butter, and we're also doing a stuffed redfish.
Wow.
So I've got plenty of redfish tonight.
Nice. All right. I want
doing lamb chops. The lamb chops have been a big hit at Katie's. Whether we do them with chimichurri or we do them with a spinach mushroom orzo like we're doing tonight. And we also have boudin stuffed double cut pork chops. So that's always a winner too.
Nice. Hey, I'm going to come back to some more Katie's delicacies in a second. Another question. Which high school is being represented tonight at Francesca Deli in Lakeview?
Man, that's a good question. Kenny didn't tell me. And I'm going on my way over there after this. It's a shame that I don't know that this week.
That's all right. What are you talking about? You got him every week. You run 2 places. We'll find out in a second and let everybody know. It's not a big deal. I want to get to the big topic, Scott.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had Clancy Dubose on the program on Wednesday. And
legend, great guy.
And he's like you. I joked with him. I said, you and Scott Craig. He mentioned you. Said you and Scott Craig and 19 other people, the big UNO supporters in the city. So anyway, I wasn't shocked, but we kind of had an opposing view. My headline on Wednesday, Scott, UNO officially loses its identity. LSU at New Orleans. The UNO name is gone. The LSU brand is in, like LSU S, LSU E, LSU New Orleans. Silver and blue gone, purple and gold in. And I said, LSU is a great brand. They did a great job with it. It's known nationwide. It's known a lot of parts around the world. New Orleans, that's really known everywhere, every corner, much more so than LSU. I just suggested, you move the U to the back and it becomes New Orleans University, like Boston University. Had Michael Hecht on a few minutes ago. He goes, Corey, great idea. I agree. You and I are the only ones saying it. We're yelling, into the silence. I was like, no, it's true. So for me, I see why you want to get rid of UNO, the name, Uno, Uno Pizza, all this. You go to Google, put UNO in, it gives you Nebraska and Omaha, not University of New Orleans. So
that's sad.
Yeah. So you remarket it with New Orleans as the thing because New Orleans is known everywhere. Instead, LSU is going to come in. It's LSUNO, purple and gold. It's LSU Junior to the Baton Rouge campus. It's like the Saints with the Pels. The Pelicans will always be number 2. They'll never be equal to or surpass the Saints. The Saints will always be number 1 in that organization. No one says the Pelicans own the Saints. Everyone says the Saints organization owns the Pelicans. Same thing with this. LSU will be the number 1 thing. They'll always keep UNO second fiddle. That's my thoughts. Clancy Dubose, the opposite. LSU, it's great. They need the rebranding. They need the money. They need the marketing. LSU has been expanding their enrollment. They'll be great helping UNO expand their enrollment, a big problem. He thought it was great going back to, when he was a student, it was LSUNO, all of that. I disagree. What do you think? You're one of the biggest UNO supporters and boosters in the city.
Well, I'm not on the transition team, so I don't really know what's going on. The branding, the logo, from what I understand, they're trying to add more blue and gray to it and some purple and ease up on the gold or yellow or whatever you want to call it. I agree with Clancy. From what you just said, I agree with Clancy in that it's going to be good for UNO. It'll be good for enrollment. There will be no more UNO. And UNO failed, man. I mean, the bottom line is never recovered from Katrina 20 years ago with all the opportunities to recover from Katrina, but didn't. We were in the LSU system, and that wasn't working out. I think they pulled up on that a little bit too soon because the ULL system was worse. If not, it was worse. Because, like I've said before, I know for a fact that Dr. Nicklow, John Nicklow, was our previous president, would go to Baton Rouge and get money promised to him through the legislature, and ULL would block it. So ULL always had their foot on the neck of UNO. So we never really had an opportunity to get ahead there.
I think it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. I don't think the LSU system's any better.
I don't think it is
for
either.
For UNO.
And,
for UNO.
And bro, look, I can't believe I'm not on the transition team, but whatever. I'd like to have been because I'd like to be a part of this. I'd like to have a voice. But they've got people on that transition team that didn't even go to UNO or LSU.
Oh, no. I think, and it's more proactive LSU people on the transition than UNO. It's like LSU is taking over. It's coming under LSU's, officially July of next year. But yeah,
Is that when they're taking over?
Well,
July
no.
next year?
Well, it's going to be immediate, but officially they don't exit the UL system and enter the LSU system until July of next year. But they're going to get a jump start on all the rebranding and all of that stuff.
Well, and in saying that, I don't think it's good. I know a lot of UNO people are upset.
Yep.
I'm not really one of them. I just want New Orleans to succeed, and we need that university to succeed. It's part of New Orleans, and whether it's LSU New Orleans or whatever, we need students, and we need young people to want to go to that school.
No, we need traffic on Elysian Fields and Leon C. Simon and Lakeshore Drive, like it was 20 years ago when you had 18,000 students.
With the way it was when I was there, but it's, it's what it is, Corey, and we just have to hope for the best. Now, hopefully we'll get more students. That's what we need. We need more students. We need more money coming to that university. And hopefully we'll get respect from the state and the LSU system and not get our budget cut every year like they have done forever.
No, I think LSU is going to invest in it, but I just also think it's like, the Saints are going to invest in the Pelicans. I just think it's always going to be second fiddle. And I think they should be
there's no doubt
competing against each other.
Corey, but at least we'll be a fiddle.
No, you're right. I'm with you. Yeah, I like the positive attitude. I'll end it with this. I said this to Clancy Dubose. I was like, how do you think Kathy Johnson's done? He thinks really well. Inheriting crap and handling it pretty well. Faculty seems to like her, all this. I basically told Clancy, I'll wager with you within 90 days, Kathy Johnson's out at UNO. I'll bet you within 90 days, Kathy Johnson is out at UNO because Jeff Landry meddles in everything, asserts himself in everything, and he'll want his president, the McNeese State president, the new one will be the UNO president, whatever, I guarantee I will wager any sum of money that Kathy Johnson will be out as president of UNO within 90 days or less.
I like Kathy Johnson.
Me too.
I do. I like her a lot. I think she's doing as good a job as she can possibly do.
Me too.
With what she's being dealt. And brother, if you had any idea what she's being dealt and she has to put up with, you'd love her. Because she is really having to put up with a lot. I hope that doesn't happen, Corey. But I'm with you because the governor's going to mess, and he's going to want to have, his power. What he just showed with LSU football was crazy, and I'm with you. I think he's going to want his own person in there. And, I think that should be the new president of UNO's decision. But, of LSU's decision.
Yep.
But I know what you're saying, and I think you're probably right, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I'm not basing it on anything except this guy's history and how he operates. I don't know. I haven't talked to Kathy Johnson. No one's telling me anything like she's going to be ousted. I'm just assuming based off of how Landry operates that she's going to be done. I feel pretty confident about it, how this guy operates. He wants control. He wants his people. Yes, men and women in the power position. So he basically controls everything. That's just how he is.
You're right. And it'll be disappointing. From what I see so far, it's not good, man.
Nope.
It doesn't. From what I'm hearing, it's not good.
No.
And I don't agree with what I'm hearing.
Well, hold that thought real quick. I'm going to take a break and come right back. Scott Craig's with us. chopping it up. A couple of yats on a Friday. We might even get a few selections, some gaming selections from Scott Craig. A lot of football action, including Tulane coming up in just a few hours. Don't move, anyone. We're coming right back.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
It's expected to hit 80 degrees on that thermometer tomorrow. Yeah, high temperature of around 80, 81 tomorrow. Your air conditioning better be working. Total Maintenance is there for you in New Orleans, in Baton Rouge. Fair and honest Lucas and the boys, incapable of screwing you around. Air conditioning experts, 30-plus trucks, 30-plus techs, hundreds of years of experience. They'll diagnose it right the first time. And they come with a sense of urgency because they know your AC's not working. Total Maintenance, air conditioning experts. Hey, by the way, 80 degrees, the high tomorrow. In 36 hours, by Monday morning, you can cut that in half. It's supposed to be 40 degrees.
All right, I love it.
Tuesday, Wednesday, in the 30s. Total Maintenance. If you need heat help in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, think Total Maintenance. TM-AC.com. Scott Craig's with us. Yeah, you liking that cold weather coming in, huh, Scott?
Yeah, I like a little cold weather. I don't like freezing weather because I have to pull everything in and everything dies. But I like a little cold weather.
Yeah, got to kill those mosquitoes. Plus, it's New Orleans. Within 36, 48 hours, it's right back up to 60 again.
Right.
It's not like we're dealing with a lot of, weeks of winter.
Corey, but ever since I started working out a lot and I've lost 35 pounds and I'm feeling so good, I haven't gotten sick either. I shouldn't have said that. Man, I shouldn't have said that.
Nah,
What
you
am
can
I
say
doing?
that. I never get sick.
I
I don't
no, but
believe
I
in
used-
jinxes or
I
any
used
of
to get
that.
sick every year.
I've
You know,
never had a
like 2
flu
or 3
shot. I
times
never
I
get
get a
sick.
head cold or a chest cold.
I never get sick. I might get a cold, like if I'm in Tipitinas or something, or Maple Leaf, I might come out sniffling, and it lasts about 10 minutes. I have a 10-minute long cold, and then it's over with. Seriously, I'm lucky. I don't know what it is. Syrians, 6,000-year-old people, been around forever on this planet. I have no clue, but rarely, Scott, do I get sick. And maybe it's because I'm such a puddin'. When I get sick, I'm just like want to Jim Baker, crawl up in the corner and cry.
I have something to announce. We are doing a Thanksgiving food drive. So if you have canned goods or anything, if you want to bring them to Katie's, we have a place and we will donate them and try to help people through some hard times.
Nice. So canned goods, box stuffed, obviously non-perishable items.
One of my incredible employees, Natalie Jenks, had this idea, and she made this little bag, this little box, and I mean this big box. But she's taken the lead on that, and we're excited about it. So we'll give a little bit back.
That's awesome. So just bring any canned goods, any kind of boxed food items to Katie's.
Yeah, anything you want to bring that's not perishable, please bring it.
Nice. Good job, Scott. That's great stuff, man.
Yeah.
You're always.
I know it's a tough time right now for people on SNAP and stuff.
Yeah, it is. I was talking to a girl the other day. I got a little baby, I got $100 in my account. They just put it in there. I don't know how they expect people to eat, and elderly folks. And then, people that have jobs and work and have a normal life and aren't on SNAP. They're like, a lot of people can't comprehend why people are on SNAP. It's like, well, they are, and they need it. And elderly people, they need it. And pregnant women with young babies, they need it. So I think it's like 60 or 80 million Americans rely on it. Something crazy like that.
It's like I've always said, the politicians don't control the country, the people do. And we have to take care of one another. And while these politicians fight over this, we need to take care of one another. And it's just a little thing, but we're trying to help. And, I went to a YEP function last night. I'm so proud of being on the board of YEP. And I gave a little speech, and it was at David and Mir Griffin's house, and they're just the most wonderful people. And, now they're leaving. I mean, 2 people that became New Orleanians, love New Orleans, and they got to leave, and it's too bad because, they were wonderful. That man shouldn't have been fired. There's no way. No way.
Scott Craig's with us from Katie's and Francesca Deli. You find out who's going to Francesca tonight? Which high school?
I didn't. I got to ask though.
All right.
And I will now that we, I didn't do the video on that this week. Another ball dropped by Scott.
Come on, Scott. All right. Pick up the ball tonight. Tulane at Memphis.
Yeah.
You like that game?
I don't want. I wouldn't bet it because I don't want to bet against Tulane. Now I've seen Memphis play, and they're scary good. The line's 6. If I were to play it, I don't think Tulane's gonna lay a turd like they did last week.
Was 6 the opening line, or it's moved locally to 6?
I think it's still 6.
I mean, that's pretty telling, Scott. You think it would be Memphis by more than a touchdown at home? So, I mean, Memphis by only 6?
Hold on, bro. It's down to 3.5.
Just because people are pounding Tulane.
Yeah, I guess.
Wow.
Down to 3.5. That's crazy. That's good.
Scott, I heard
So-
some interesting stuff from this Stu Feiner guy, from Barstool, the gambling guy.
Uh-huh.
He's like, everything out there is noise. Injuries, playing field conditions, weather, if a team's hot or not, the other team's good. And he's just meaningless. He goes, the spread has already been adjusted by the Vegas people for all of that noise. So it's a waste of time to even focus in on any of that. I am in full agreement with that. The second thing, he's like, see where the money goes, where the big money goes, especially late. And then third, he's like, days leading up to the game, even hours leading up to the game, everybody's just throwing darts. Follow the money, see where it's going, and then place your bets within 30 minutes of kickoff. I was like,
yeah,
those are good tips.
Those are really good tips. And there's a bunch I like this weekend. I like SMU minus 10, not 10.5. I'd buy it down to 10. I like Georgia. I like Ole Miss to cover against Georgia. They're getting 9.5. I would move it to 10. But USC tonight minus 14. I like that.
Ole Miss is getting 9 at Georgia.
9.5. I would bet it to 10.
And it's at Georgia.
Bro, I always bet the hook.
It's at Georgia?
It's at Georgia.
Yeah. I think Georgia. I think the Vegas people in that spread are saying Georgia's going to beat Ole Miss pretty handily.
That's what it's saying, but Ole Miss is really bad against the spread at home for some reason, and they're really good on the road against the spread. So that's one I like.
I don't know. That's an interesting point you just made. I'm wondering if Stu Feiner thinks that's noise or not. Good at home against the spread, good on the road against the spread. I think he just looks at the number, where the money goes, and bets 30 minutes or less in. I don't know, Scott. I think that yells to me that the Vegas people think Georgia is going to handle Ole Miss.
Yeah, that's definitely what it says. Yeah, I like. Listen, I got LSU early on after Kelly got fired at 12.5. I bought it to 13.
Wow.
It's now 10.5.
That's a good pick.
I really think LSU is going to show up and play really, really well.
I hope so.
I don't like the fact that Whit Weeks is still out because they haven't won a game since Whit Weeks got hurt.
No.
And their run defense has gone to poop.
Yep.
They're giving up over 150 yards, sometimes over 200 yards rushing a game since Whit Weeks went out. And the thing is, Alabama's not really a rushing team. They're a passing team. And LSU's got one of the best secondaries in the league and in the nation, actually. I really think LSU's going to show up and play. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to force – Alabama's got the 93rd ranked run defense in the country.
Yeah, and they can't stop running quarterbacks like LSU can't stop running quarterbacks. I think Van Buren's going to get some reps at a few series at quarterback for LSU.
I think he should get way more than that. I've been screaming for him for a month at least.
He does what Alabama's bad at.
We need someone that can run the ball or at least move in the pocket.
Yep.
Because this offensive line is absolutely atrocious. And I just think we've got to have a mobile quarterback. And, if they play, I'm sure they're going to see how Nussmeier does in the first half.
Yep.
Or at least the first quarter. And if it's the same old crap, you've got to have a threat of the quarterback to run. And Van Buren can do that.
Yep.
They'll start Nuss, but I think he's going to be on a short leash, honestly.
Any other selections you got, Scott?
Yeah, I like Notre Dame's going to crush Navy. They're 27.5. I like them a lot. And Texas A&M over Missouri. Missouri's quarterback's out. They're -7. I really did. Missouri they've had a real easy schedule. And they get to the teams that are their equal and they lose. So I definitely like them. I like Louisiana Tech -6. I bet that. And, I'm trying not to make too many plays this weekend. I do like Indiana to pound Penn State. Penn State hasn't even won a conference game. That team's been a real disappointment. Their quarterback's out. It's at Penn State. Indiana is -14.5. I would go with Indiana there. And I think that's it for my slate this weekend. Vanderbilt, I do like Vanderbilt over Auburn at home. Vanderbilt's -6. I like that one. And I've studied these, man. And, I don't just bet games. Oh, I like that team. I actually really study. And the last one is Oregon State. Oregon State's playing a hapless.
Hold that thought, Scott. The break train's coming through. We'll be right back.
Look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters.
And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it.
Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Total maintenance king. TM-JC.com, your food spot. TM-JC.com, your food spot.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Hey, if you want to experience the city's best dry cleaner, it's youngsdrycleaning.com. Tired of your dry cleaner? youngsdrycleaning.com. They've got walk-up locations. They've got free pickup and delivery, East Bank, West Bank. And they've got manless locker locations all over the city. put your stuff in a little silky Young's bag in one of those safe, secure lockers. And in 2 days, you go back, it's all perfectly dry cleaned. YoungsDryCleaning.com since 1940, a New Orleans institution for 85 years. YoungsDryCleaning.com. Scott Craig's with us from Katie's, Francesca Deli. Hey, Scott, Katie's is a great New Orleans neighborhood restaurant. Francesca Deli is one of the few delis in this city. Both are great for people that like sports bars. Lots of flat screen TVs, but unlike sports bars, food you actually want to eat.
Yeah, it's really good, man. And I'm not saying that's because it's mine. I just let them do it. And Chad does such a good job in the kitchen. And Christine and Kelly and Alex on the floor, everybody knows them. It's become a real popular little spot. We were talking the other day, we were on Magazine Street. But it's amazing that, we're not getting any write-ups or anything. I mean, you don't get, hey, best of, it's like we're just kind of a hidden gem.
Well, I mean, first off, like I see Ian McNulty stuff in the Times-Picayune. I think Ian knows what he's talking about. He's got good opinions, but he's another person that likes food. He's not like the authority. He's not even from here. So I'm not knocking Ian one bit. I swear. I think he does a good job, but I go through his lists of gumbo today and other things. I disagree on 50% of what he puts out there, and I'm not knocking him. He probably disagrees with 50% of what I put because he has different tastes. But I think there's just so many places in New Orleans that are forgotten. I mean, I was talking about Irene's and Bayona, 2 places in the Quarter. People don't talk about them. Gabrielle on Orleans. People don't talk about them. These are great New Orleans restaurants. No, it's, you know what you got, Scott. You know what you got.
It's just an opinion.
Yep.
And I don't read any of that stuff. I mean, the stuff I have read of his, he's a great writer. He really is. But I mean, he's just got an opinion.
No,
and,
like everybody. Exactly.
And it's, I couldn't believe Irene's isn't on any of his lists.
Or Bayona.
I mean, it's like Irene's, I did the Tom Fitzmaurice show. I filled in for Marianne last week. And normally I go on the show and I have a lot of callers and, guests and stuff. And I decided to just talk about my restaurant experiences lately. And, I was talking about Irene's and how great it is. And like the Bamboo House, the new Chinese place on Veterans by Fausto's. And it's great. And these are my opinions, and these are restaurants I go to. And people were calling in because they wanted my opinion on restaurants, and it's like, I could be a food writer. It's like anybody can do it.
I talk about it on my show all the time, but it's all relative. Like Ian has a reputation, so he knows what he's talking about. But like you said, it's another opinion. Some folks could spout out places and people are going to listen and go, they don't have any idea what they're talking about. I think someone like you, obviously, and I think over time, people have learned to respect what I'm talking about with restaurants because they'll go and they'll be like, it is good. Corey's right. You start hyping some place because it's your buddy and it sucks. You lose your reputation fast.
Yeah. You can't do that.
Nope.
And I love the steak knife.
Me too.
And Bobby never gets anything.
Bobby and Guy Ross
talks about Bobby.
No,
He's in the kitchen. He uses prime beef. I know what he uses because I've had to borrow cases from him before.
No,
it's real high quality beef. And hold on, the rest of the menu's delicious.
No. The crab meat au gratin's really good.
Bobby's in the kitchen cooking it.
Yep. The crab meat au gratin's really good.
It's great.
That homemade creamy Italian dressing is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's Bobby in the kitchen
all the
knocking
time.
this stuff out.
No, Bobby in the back, guy out front. No, steak knife's another one that's really good.
You know, and he doesn't do any marketing. He doesn't do anything, and he's always busy because people in the know understand how good the steak knife is. And once again, it's another one of those Lakeview places that people never talk about. Juniors, it's delicious. They've redone their menu, and they've got a much more interesting menu now. And they do a good job, you know? I just, you know, look, Steph and I don't get to go out to eat that much. And when we do, we want to make sure it's someplace we know, and that's going to be great. And that's what we do. You know, we like to go get tacos and, you know, and stuff like that. And there's a million good places. But I don't know, man. It's just an opinion.
Yep. No, exactly. But like I said, when you have a reputation and what you're saying is right, and that reputation grows. When you say something and people are like, boy, what's Corey's agenda? That place sucked, whatever, then you lose the reputation. So
I can tell you this, listeners, Corey Johnson is not on an agenda. I can tell you that. He speaks the truth. He speaks his mind, and it's accurate. I have had many lunches with you, which we need to do again, by the way.
yeah, we're overdue. How about this week?
Conversations, and you and I agree so much on so many things. It's cool.
Yep.
You know, and people should respect that. And, you know, there's no agenda, and that's what, you know, that's how leaders should be. And the only agenda should be the people and the people you represent. And
Why don't we go get a steak? Go see Anthony at Crescent City this week for lunch.
It's always a winner. That's another great one. Crescent City Steakhouse.
Yep.
You know,
Scott Craig.
I'll say, you know, it's like Ruth's Chris. That's, you know, always been a go-to for years. I mean, their sides are great, but let's face it, since they've gone so national, the beef is not the same.
No, it's not. I get the chicken when I go to Ruth's Chris, that airline
the
chicken
chicken's
breast.
great.
Yep.
The chicken's great, but it's a steak.
No, exactly. No, that's what everybody says. Uh-oh, Blue Boy's barking, Scott.
Uh-oh, Blue Boy.
Always a pleasure, brother. I'll see you next week for steak lunch.
Thanks, Corey.
Thank you. That's Scott Craig from Katie's. Get over there, Mid-City. Brunch tomorrow, brunch on Sunday, dinner tonight, dinner tomorrow night. Katie's in Mid-City. Francesca Deli in Lakeview. Oh, Blue Boy, you're excited. Have a great weekend. See you Monday.
Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4.
Roll
and
Wave
Channel
tonight.
333.
Tulane tonight.
Also on YouTube, on radio.
Go
at
Tigers
Talk
tomorrow.
93.9
Pels tomorrow
FM,
night. Saints
WSLA
Sunday.
New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.